Hello, this is Dr. Charmaine Gregory, and I was literally about to get ready to do my post-night shift workout and get things rolling for the afternoon, which is kind of morning for me. And I just wanted to get on really quickly and make a plug for 2019. So 2019 is coming to an end. Literally in a matter of days, we are going to be entering a new decade, a new year, new beginnings for a lot of people, perhaps throwing things from this year up behind us and starting afresh, whatever it is, like whatever your goals are, whatever your intentions are, whatever your word is for 2020. Congrats to you, and I hope that you will reflect on 2019 not as a year where maybe you might have had one or two things where you have failed, but as a year where you have learned quite a lot and grown in your character, grown in your sense of self, because that's how I look at it. I look at 2019 as being a year of being fearless, and that doesn't mean that there wasn't fear involved in everything that transpired. It doesn't mean that there wasn't a time when the voices around us, the voice that we have in our own heads, may have said, no, you cannot do this, or no, this is not possible. That's not what it means. It means that with every situation, with every circumstance, there was growth to be had. With every failure, there was growth. And so that, I kind of put out a little bit of a, what do you call this now? Group questioning, or I don't know, what do they call it? Market research? No, not market research. It's when you ask a question to your people and they respond. So whatever that is, I put something out asking what you all would like me to do for the episode that was released today on the Fearless Freedom with Dr. G podcast. And the overwhelming response was literally, yes, let's hear a progress report. Let's hear what the year brought. And also, let's hear what was the best of. And so I was sitting in the hotel room yesterday, after getting done with my night shift, because I was doing a locums assignment. And I started reflecting on that. And there were just so many amazing things that happened over the last year in regard to the podcast that were absolutely unforeseen and absolutely incredible. For example, I started a podcast because I have a fear of public speaking, and I wanted to use that modality as a way of not only facing my own fear, but also helping others around me to face their fear, and perhaps give us some pearls, some tips, some ways in which we can all overcome together and emerge victoriously. And that piece of it was an overwhelming success. I learned so much. I got to interface with amazing guests who I probably would never have interfaced with in any other circumstance. And it was just such a pleasure to be able to share that with the world and get our voice out there so that we can all learn and grow together. So that was absolutely fantastic. So one of the benefits of the podcast was that we all got to face our fear together. We all got to learn some of the tools and the tips in order for us to emerge victoriously from said fears. So that was great. The other unintended circumstance and benefit of the podcast was that, it not only did it connect, not only was it a facilitation for connection with women and men that I would not normally meet in my usual sphere, but it was also an opportunity to learn about a media that I would not have otherwise been exposed to, the creators behind. So yes, I've listened to podcasts forever. Like I have always listened to podcasts, and NPR is like my favorite station, and that is chock full of podcasts. And so, podcasting was not something that was foreign, but being in a situation where you are actually a creator, getting your own voice out, and then being in a situation where you get to collaborate, interact, network with other creators through groups of podcasters, and in particular groups of female podcasters, and then to be able to go to conferences where other podcasters come together and share ideas and really help to edify and uplift each other. That was absolutely incredible. Definitely did not expect that to be the culture of podcasting, did not expect that this was going to be such an open media. and the creators would be so open with their craft. And so, that was another thing. And so then the last thing was, just being able to get messages from people, just saying, you know what, today I decided that I was going to face my fear and I was going to punch it in the face, just like you say, Dr. G. And to me, that is priceless, because I know that we all are human and we all struggle and we all have fears and we all have that moment and that voice that tells us that maybe we can't do it. And it's just to know that you are not alone, to know that you're human just like the rest of us, and that, that person that achieves greatness is no different from you, except that they stepped past their fear and made it happen. So I know that you can too. So that has been absolutely amazing. So listen to today's podcast episode. It is live on all the platforms, and I talk a lot about my gratitude for you being supportive of the podcast, for you listening, for you downloading, for you sharing, for you commenting, and for you rating the podcast, because all these things allow for the podcast to happen on a weekly basis. It drops every Sunday at noon Eastern, and I know that it is something that is going to continue to be powerful in the next year and beyond. And so I just want to thank you so much for all your support, and I hope that you will go and check out this week's episode. You'll get to kind of hear about some upcoming things that are coming in January. And as you know, the podcasting course is coming and it's going to be dropping in mid-January. So if you're a professional woman and you're looking to get your voice out there, either to get more clients, to get more patients, to get your cause amplified, whatever it is that you like your voice to be heard to your tribe, podcasting is a fantastic media in which to do so, and it is not as difficult as you think. I am going to set you up to win with this course, and you are going to literally be able to go from conception of idea to production of your podcast and leave the course with your first 5 episodes done and ready to roll for your launch. So if that is something you've always been thinking about, if that's something that you kind of have been holding back because you're fearful of pulling the trigger, definitely get into the course and let's make it happen for you. And then I talk about how we're going to have a best of series for January. So we're going to be highlighting a lot of the amazing pearls and amazing women that have been on the show over the course of the year. And there has just been so much. It was so hard to choose because everybody was absolutely amazing. So I look forward to sharing that with you. And that's all I have. So I just wanted to get on and just say thank you. Just say thank you for a great year for the podcast. Thank you for being along with me on this journey as I face my fear of public speaking, because, I don't know, I'm being pretty vulnerable and open, and so I appreciate you not trolling me, so I really appreciate that. So definitely know that you all are going to do incredible things. Hey, Carol, thanks for joining. I know that you all are going to do incredible things in the upcoming year. I just implore you to definitely think about your intention for the year. Think about your word that is going to be your core for the year. For me, this past year, 2019, it was fearless. And for upcoming 2020, it's going to be uplift. So construct your intentions around that central theme, and you will see amazing things happen. Continue to rock it. Continue to face those fears like a beast, because you are amazing and you are doing amazing things. And when you face your fears and you push through it, great things happen. Absolutely great things happen. So yeah, check out the podcast. Check out this week's episode because it gives a preview to the upcoming best of series. And I also talk about the podcasting course that's going to drop in mid-January. So I hope to see you guys on the other side and have an amazing day. This is Dr. Charmaine Gregory, and I hope that you will be strong, be brave, and unleash your greatness. Have a great one.